I can't write.
Oh, you missed.
Oh.
I'm finna start that part.
Come on.
So glue it.
But I don't know which.
I don't care. It doesn't matter what order, as long as I'm going over them, you're on the right one.
It's not spelled Vaseline. Turn around. It's not spelled Vaseline. It's not VASN.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I've already started recording and I'm still waiting. All right, so you need to be able to look at two triangles. If they're congruent, write me a congruent statement or tell me what is congruent. So right now, we've got a congruent statement. That's what this is. This is a congruent statement. Congruence statement. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. This is a congruent statement. This says that triangle RED is congruent. So if you didn't know what this symbol meant, this means congruent. So triangle RED is congruent to triangle MAN. It is very important that you pay attention to the way you write your congruent statements. Because your congruent statement tells you what angles are equal and what sides are equal, depending on the order that they put it in. So, triangle RED. My first letter in this triangle is R. What's my first letter in the second triangle? M. So this means that angle R is congruent to angle M.
Please don't tell me that's it. That's it.
I told you it's going to be easy.
Right.
Okay? So if angle R is a 30-degree angle in my triangle, angle M is a 30-degree angle. Okay? E comes second. So what is E congruent to?
A.
So angle E is congruent to angle A. Angle D and angle N. Yes, it is that easy.
Yay.
Oh, I'm finna pass this quiz.
Okay. I can also label congruent sides. It is very important that you watch the order that the sides go in. So what I mean by that is if I do side R to E, it has to be M to A. If R corresponds with M and E corresponds with A, it has to go in that order. So M, A. Okay. Oh, no, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to make it harder. We're going to do D to E.
Into A.
Good. If I switch it up and I go from D to E, I need to go from N to A. Because that means side. Okay. What if I do RD? MN. Okay. I need to back out of this just a little bit so you can see everything. All right. we can also label congruent sides and congruent angles from a picture. Okay, they're going to use symbols. So let's label this triangle A, B, C. And I'm going to label this one. Let's do X, Y, Z. Okay, so looking at the picture, if I tell you angle A on my triangle matches with angle what? X. Okay, when you're looking at pictures, you can't just assume. So they're going to have it marked. So the way that they mark this is they're going to mark it like this. Okay. That shows you that angle A is congruent to angle X because they both have the same exact symbol that shows that they're congruent. Okay. Angle B is congruent to angle
Z.
Z.
Ow.
That is flip.
You flipped it.
It was reflected. Okay. To mark the second angles, instead of having 1, they're going to put 2. Okay. So that shows you that A is congruent to X because they're marked with the 1. And B is congruent to Z because they're marked with 2. Well, they're going to do the same thing for C.
So that's gonna be what? It'll be 30.
They're going to do 3. So angle C is congruent to angle Y. Okay. Sometimes they also use symbols like this with a line through them. Okay, so that's another symbol that they can use.
What is that?
So 2 lines would be angle 2.
So that would be angle 1. This would be angle 2. This would be angle 3. Okay. It's just depending on what kind of symbols. So basically what you're trying to do when you're doing corresponding sides and angles, you're looking for the symbols that match each other. Okay. That's what tells you what to do. Okay. So they can also mark the sides like this. So side A to C. Take a look at how you labeled your angles. Side A to C goes with X to Y. Okay, so they'll mark it with 1 line. We can then do A to B. A to B goes with X and Z. Okay, so they up it to 2. The second sides that are congruent. And B to C. And Z to Y.
What if all the sides?
They'll mark them that way. So if all the sides are congruent, you're going to see a triangle that looks like this. So they're all marked the same. If it was an isosceles triangle, you would see something like this. Because 2 sides are congruent on an isosceles triangle and the third side is not. So what we're dealing with right now are what kind of triangles? If all 3 sides are different. Scalene. These are acute triangles too.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay, so the last thing I need to do is be able to write my congruent statement now that I know what's congruent. So if I do triangle BAC, Z, X, Y.
So you can put me in any order you want to.
Yeah, you can put the first triangle in any order that you want. You just have to be careful when you name that second one that the angles go with the proper angles. So I did BAC. So that means I had to go ZXY. I could have done triangle ABC, and then it would have had to have gone XZY. So you can name that first triangle anything you want. It's a matter of you have to label that second one the way it needs to be labeled. Okay.
Well, you put it in C.
Yeah, so I could have done CAB, CAB. That just means my second one had to be YXZ. All right, flip the page. Okay. So this first one, all they mark are the sides. So we have to be careful here. They want us to label the second triangle from ABC. So take a look where angle A is. Angle A is in between side 2 and side 3. So what does that match up with on my second triangle? F. So F and A go together. So this is triangle F. My next one is B. B is in between 1 and 2. So that goes with E. And C matches with angle D. So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FED. What kind of transformation is that?
Rotation.
If it was a reflection, this would come down like this, which means 2 would be on this side. And 1 would be on this side. It is a rotation. It's a 180-degree rotation. Take a look at the second one. What kind of transformation is this? This is a translation. This is a slide. So this should be pretty easy. A B goes with F. And E goes with C. Whoop, you're right. E. I don't know why I wrote C, because I was looking at that. My bad. E. Okay. The ones that are the hardest are the ones where they don't have the angles marked. Okay. For some reason, everybody gets confused on these ones. Okay. A goes with E. Triangle E. B goes with D. And then C goes with F. Okay. So I'm going to give you probably about 10 minutes. It really shouldn't even take you 10. I want you to try to come up with your own congruent statements for the last 9. If you notice, one set of them looks identical to what we did up top, what I just did with you. Don't label it triangle ABC then, okay? Don't make it match. Pick a different order to put it in, okay? So not all of yours is going to match. Just make sure when we go over the answers that you've got the same letters in the same positions. Okay, I can check anybody's individually that you would like as we're going through them. So take about 10 minutes. We'll go over these. And then we're done.
This is so.
I just want the heated unstables. So I want triangle what?
Yes. Yeah, you put it in the air, didn't
You want to start off with something different?
Yes, those three, start them off with something different. So like triangle BCA or something.
But is that there really done?
Yes.
This how we block.
I can see it.
That goes out. The other one. Don't you need it?
Yes.
Okay.
My anniversary's in 10 days. 27 days.
But no, I'm 25th.
So you were born on the 30th?
Yeah, sort of.
I got married on Pi Day. I'm not kidding. We had a math-based wedding. We didn't have cake. We had cupcakes and they all looked like pies.
We should have a pie day.
The decorations in the middle of the tables were all cans with apples in them. And it said, all you need is love, and love was spelled out as like grass. I'm a nerd, I can't help it. We actually got married on National Pie Day, 31415. March 14th of 2015.
My mom was 111 or 111.
Oh, that's awesome.
I want 18. What? What's in my job?
But I can see people when I want sunshine.
Be nice.
He ain't nice.
You both be nice.
I'm nice.
Is she?
That's the kind of
Dead.
She's dead?
She's dead. What? You're so morbid.
I didn't know that.
She's dead for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you laughing?
He's like, she's dead. Ha 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 ha
You know, we
ha.
don't know that.
Alfredo, you're a little creepy there, friend.
Why are you
I
still
forgot
laughing?
about that.
It's still funny, apparently.
Stop doing
His aunt.
My aunt's dead. Alfredo,
No.
you a little morbid for our liking today. It's only because he had a near-death experience with his finger.
it.
Right, you really are lucky to still have your finger.
That's
Although you shouldn't have been in that position in the first
All I
place.
saw was Miss Hunt put on gloves, and I was
Yeah.
like, for what? And then I turn around, and in walks Alfredo holding his finger. I'm like, well, blood.
Yeah, you kept on walking.
I did. I walked away. I deal with enough blood and snot and everything else with a baby at home. I'm good.
It's like, how do you even find it? Okay. Stop me.
No, well,
Look at them talking math terms over there. It's a rational solution.
Oh, you have homework?
No, stop.
Of course, but it's as easy as this.
What it-
Bruh. Bruh. What's the matter, bruh?
But it's the music ain't that good. The music
Don't do that.
Why?
All right. Bobo, give me your congruent statement for this one.
Probably wrong, but I put CBA
Okay, you went CBA.
ZYX.
So then ZYX. Perfect.
Can I do the next one?
Okay. Remember, yours doesn't have to match his. If you did BAC, yours should be YXZ. That's okay. As long as C is where Z is, B is where Y is, and A is where X is. Okay, so yours can be in any order you want as long as C and Z line up, B and Y line up, and A and X line up. What you got for me, Kenley?
Okay, I got ABC,
ABC,
and then I got YZX.
YZX. Perfect.
Can I do the next one?
Okay.
Wait, actually, no. I'm going at the bottom.
If you're questioning yours, let me know. I will check it for you. You want to do this one, Teron? What you got, Teron?
I did ABC,
ABC,
and then I got EXY.
ZXY. Questions on those three? Anything you need or want me to look at? Okay, these ones match the ones that we've already done, so I don't want to do ABC.
CAD.
What you got? BCA. BCA.
Is EDF.
EDF. Perfect.
Can you put yours like the opposite?
What you mean?
I put the B on the other side.
So you did ACB?
No, so I put, you know how that says EDF? Yeah. I put that. She put hers this.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. Let's see. Jameer, what you got for the next one?
CBA,
CBA.
no, I put BAC off of BAC.
We're going to go with CBA.
Alright, CBA equals EFD.
CBA is EFD. You got it. Jackie, what you got for this one?
I put ABC and element equals to element.
You on?
Wait, which one you want?
We're on the ABC and FED one.
Oh, this one? I put BAC,
BAC
DEF.
is congruent to DEF. Perfect. Okay. Any questions on those three? Anything you need me to check for you? Okay. Last three. Let's see. Who haven't I picked on lately? Joanna, you look kind of sleepy back there. What you got for this one on the left?
That's the element one?
It's an MLN and a B.
Oh my God, BCA
BCA,
and
MNL. Good. Alfredo, what'd you get for this one?
Can't math.
You can't what?
He said he can't math.
no.
Are you passing?
I think that, yeah.
Just look at it.
Xavier, you want to save his butt?
ABC. Wait, what y'all? Okay, we're on. Okay, got you. BAC is congruent to OMN.
Okay, so let me tell you this one. Because this is an isosceles triangle, that means that angle A and angle C are exactly the same, which means M and N are exactly the same. So this one could have been BAC and N. Wait, I'm sorry. BAC and LNM would have also
Yeah,
worked.
that's what I was.
Okay, so that's okay, only because these are isosceles triangles. Okay, so M and N could have been flip-flopped, and that was still okay. All right, last one. Woo. Last one, let's see.
Okay.
Epi. What you got for me, Epi? ABC,
ABC.
MNL. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Questions or problems?
I have a problem.
You have a problem.